Hello, everybody, and welcome to Challenge Accepted. I am Alex Florez, aka Kamisazi, and you're here with me for the next 4 hours while I build in the Sandbox Game Maker. How's everybody doing? Hey, Nobble. Hey, the BitFox. Hope y'all are having a wonderful Tuesday. As long as it's still Tuesday where you are. It's still Tuesday most places. Alright. I like my new little music setup. I've been zhuzhing it into place. Got a little dancing Wizzy in the corner there. Building something new for your crypto company. Ooh, the BitFox. Tell me more. Although, you might not be able to. I don't know. Sorry, just getting some things set up here. A little bit of a late start today. I was updating my music playlist because the songs that are in this playlist, most of them have the title in the upper left-hand corner, and you're supposed to give credit to those artists. But some of them do not. There are also a couple songs in there that I was like, I wasn't really feeling the vibe last time. So I made some updates. Hey, Go West. Alright. So let's see. Last time we made this whole rooftop party. Gives us a little galaxy trail as we run around if we do the crowd event, and then it teleports us back if we take the potion. And now all that we're left to do really is fill out the apartment area and make that interesting. So I'm gonna start by knocking out the windows, so that way we can easily edit inside this space without having to worry too much about the walls in the way. And I kind of also want to, this is something I was talking about on Twitter the other day. It's not like a make or break thing for a game. And this is not what I would call a highly immersive game. This is just kind of a fun area to romp around in, but it's not like, this isn't like a whole world full of lore that's going to suck you in. So it's a little different than, say, like an open world RPG or something. But I do prefer when games do not have just open gaps or invisible walls of any kind. I like there to be a reason why a player can't go someplace, because in the real world, there are reasons why you can't go certain places. You encounter a wall, or you physically can't climb over something. It's dangerous, or it's scary, or you know that somebody's gonna stop you. And in games, for me, it's more fun when there's not just an invisible barrier. Like, you see over there, you can go over there unless something stops you. And it's not so fun when the thing that stops you is just an invisible wall. It's more fun when it's something that makes sense. So I think what we're gonna do is, I just noticed some of these really weird placements, like a billboard up here. We're gonna make some modifications. Is it still too loud? I did turn it down. How about this? I mean, the song ended, so. There we go. It sounded quiet enough to me, but it is I'm used to like the monitor being exactly what you hear, but because of the new way I have things set up, it's not exactly the same. Woohoo, Alex is streaming. Hey, Panda. What's up? The Bitbox says it's a platform for education and services about cryptocurrencies, NFTs, Web3, and blockchain tech in general. Interesting. There's definitely a lot to learn. Sparky Snickle, how's it going? Endgame Studio, how's it going? I don't think I've seen you in the chat in a while. Greetings from Twitter, formerly known as X. Yeah. Really enjoying the music. Thank you, Sparky. I found a great playlist full of these things, and then I took the playlist and made my own playlist. So it's a curated playlist of somebody else's playlist, if you will. I figure, you know, there's times when I'm not going to be talking as much because I'm concentrating or what have you. Exit signage. Leave that there. We're going to make another folder, actually, for the first floor. And we'll move that in there, as well as any other first floor items. However, I need to find this billboard. There it is. It's not perfect, but it's acceptable. It's just kind of background. Honestly, I've spent however many hours building this, and I never even noticed that was there, so it's not a big deal. Let's see. If you aren't watching on all platforms, are you even watching? As long as you have the audio on all three, so you get a weird echo from all of them playing at different times. Are there new numbers about the Wizzy shot rankings for ambassadors? Bitfox, I think you are still way in the lead. Let's see. I can give you the numbers right now. For mage raids, I believe Panda has some screenshots. Yeah, Panda. Whoa. So Panda just submitted 6, but the Bitfox also just submitted 6. So, and those numbers are similar. They're not exactly the same. 65 versus 41. So they're pretty close. But for the ambassador leaderboard, so those most recent 6 submissions have not been counted yet. But we've got the Bitfox in the lead with 5,376 points. That means you have crossed the threshold into the 3rd tier reward. The Bitfox is going to be getting a very special Grimoire, Floating Companion, Mage Raids, Ambassador Edition. Will the Bitfox be the only one? Well, I'll make one for myself probably, but the Bitfox is definitely up there. Panda also wants the Floating Grimoire. Panda, you still have 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Was it August 26th? How much time we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 more weeks. You got lots of time, Panda. I'm sure that you're going to cross that. And then we got Hodl and VVox in there. I've sent Dr. Metaverso on a mission to try to wake up the other ambassadors. I think some of them have become sleeper agents and need to be activated to get them a little more involved with the mage raids, because I want to see more names on that scoreboard. Hey, Yumili Tux. How's it going? sheesh and participants. Oh, you mean for the public scoreboard? I did send out a tweet on Saturday with that. Now the ambassador's scoreboard counts differently than the player's scoreboard. So if we look at the player leaderboard, we can see we've got 2 people, Ian the IT guy and SSDW, who have crossed into the 3rd tier. Go West, you are just a few points away, and if you are in any of those screenshots for PandaPops and the BitFox that have just been submitted since Saturday, then you are likely over that. So there's still plenty of room for competition in there. Sparky Snuckle says, I've tried, still struggling to balance the work, mom, TSB. I understand that. I balance that by just not sleeping. That's how I balance that. So, yeah, I mean, do it at least once. Please do it at least once, because then you will get the cape. If you don't do it at least once, you won't get the cape. I want you to get the cape. So do one stream. You just have to have one registered player in there. That's it. That's the minimum. And maybe you'll have so much fun that you end up doing more stuff. Who knows? Sparky Snickle, I will accept you being in game with like Panda or me also, or other ambassadors. So if there's more than one ambassador, like, we recommend doing it separately, because you get you get more points that way, and you're not sharing your points with somebody else. It's like your points, but you can, if there's somebody streaming, you want to like do a mage raid with them. They don't even have to be streaming. None of this has to be done streaming or on voice call or anything. You can just do it. You got 3 screenshots with 1 participant each. Just need to submit. All right. Easy peasy. You are in. Hey, Garnikin. I missed you in there. Ian the IT guy. Celebrating being on the top of the scoreboard over there. Did I instance lock the Wizzy the Purple game? Not to my knowledge. People were mentioning that error before, and I may have accidentally put a team member limit on it, so let's go see if we can fix that. That was something I noticed before, that there were not a lot of players at once, and some people said the instance was locked. But I didn't try to put an instance lock on it. I think I may have done it as an example, and maybe I accidentally left the logic in there. All I did was move a building. Oh, I deleted some glass blocks. Let's go see how I messed it up. I decided to live dangerously today, and I'm wearing a green shirt. It took a little bit of finesse, but I was able to get it to not make my body invisible. It does look like more like toothpaste mint, but it's actually a pretty vibrant green. Do people get their week 1 and week 2 rewards for the Builders Challenge? It is claimable now. I don't know. I haven't checked. Alright. Let's see here. Where would I have put the logic? Probably on spawn plate. Assign team, max players 10. Let's turn that off. I don't need that. That's probably what did it. But let's see if there's an instance locker in here. So we're going to open up our hierarchy. Actually, we're going to go debug, logic counter, and we're going to see instance locker is a... Where is instance locker? It's a component, right? No, it's a behavior. Instance locker is a multiplayer behavior. And there's not one on there. So it was probably the team numbers thing. Although it's weird that it's not making a new instance when you hit the max number of people in a team. So that could be a problem. All right, we are going to save. Let's see if it lets me republish or if it gets mad. That's supposed to, I've been hearing that's a top priority for fixing, and they are working on it. But these things take time. Let's see if I got any claims. Ooh, I did get some claims. I did get Week 1 and 2 Builders Challenge. And also, I got the full Origin set. Sweet! Nice. Let's do little claims here. All right. So that is saved. Let's see if we can republish the experience. So we're gonna go to our experiences. So the way it's supposed to work is I'm supposed to just be able to unpublish or close the experience and then launch it again. So I go to my launched experience here. I hit close experience. Close experience. It's thinking about it. Let's go.
Ain't no party like a PandaPops party like a PandaPops party. Whoop whoop.
Oh, thank you, Umalitox, for that PandaPops party, because that reminded me I didn't turn on the text-to-speech stuff unless Panda did it for me. Let's see. Create a dashboard. Viewer rewards. Manage power-ups. Text-to-speech is now on. Senpai Alex is now on. Oh, which also reminds me, somebody asked me how to do something, and I said I would try to figure it out. So we're going to do that too once we get this experience back up. I don't know why it's just sitting there.
Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
Umalitox says, how do you do something? You try. Page is ready for launch. It said it would unpublish the page on that little alert. Panda says, if you own a Habbo avatar, there's a claims to claim. I don't think I have a Habbo avatar. But I can grab my full Origin Dragon armor, blade, and shield. I guess it's a battle axe. Okay, so the page is published, even though it didn't say it wasn't published when I looked at the experience page. Or maybe it said ready? Did it say ready or published there before? I feel like it doesn't matter. Whatever. It's published now. We're going to hit launch experience. And... okay, so it seemed to work okay for me. I got lucky there. Right. Let's view page. Go back to the main menu here. All right, appears to be up. I have some new comments here. Unfortunately, game crashes on MacBook after a few seconds. Wait, how do you change your text? Is this... how did Drama Hot do that? Is there different fonts available when you comment? You can title, you can bold, you can italic, you can underline. You can full justified text. What? I've never seen that in a web editor like that. I don't know how they got that type there like that. Interesting. HTML coding? That's possible. I would have thought that HTML would have been there's a word for it when they eliminate it. Not truncated. There's another word like escaped out. Basically on social media platforms, things like that, they can make it so that way HTML code is stripped away. So it's just the plain text. They could have copy pasted, maybe they need to translate. It's more than disabled because it's, I mean, yeah, you can disallow. It is technically disabled there. Hey, and we're live. Hey, Ian the IT guy. Who wants a mage raid real fast? You got like 2 minutes to get in here. Grab some points while we're in this. Make sure you grab your eggplants. Link. Nah, you gotta find it. You gotta search. Go to sandbox.game, go to experiences, and search for Wizzy. Wizzy. Hey, Swaco. No link for you. I'm gonna make you work for it. This is one of the songs I meant to remove from the playlist because it's just kind of repetitive. Not this one. This one's cool. There are no experiences matching your search. How did Ian the IT guy get in here? Maybe I will share the link. It might, maybe it's not showing up because I just republished it and maybe the website needs a minute to update. Let's see here. You mean you don't know where my stuff is on the map? Interesting, it doesn't show up. Alright, let's see if we can find it on the map. It should be just northwest of the main hub. should be somewhere. I know where my own land is. What are you talking about? Well, maybe it doesn't show on the map either. There's actually a lot live over here, which is good to see. I don't know where my own stuff is. Oh, wait. It's right here. What do you mean coming soon? Opening date, June 25th. Should be live. Okay, I think just the map and the experience list takes a little bit to refresh. Oh, sorry. That link's not going to work right. 1 second. It's because it's got that apostrophe in there. But you can just remove the title part of the URL, just put an underscore, and it should work fine. Alright, see if you're able to launch from that. It should be good to go. We'll see if we can get more than 5 people in here. We should be able to get more than 10. Panda. How you doing that, Panda? It's still loading on your screen. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh. What? Why am I crawling? A little bit of lag and it like shoved me under a chair. Oh boy. SSDW in here. Who's the second Panda? Go West. And I'd recognize that mohawk anywhere. That's Yuma Letox, isn't it? So, yeah, Jar Jar, Jackie Chan, Binks. Wait, is your profile picture a piece of popcorn? Alright, I see we've got 8 people in here, so it's looking like everything's going good with that. I am getting some pretty heavy lag, and I'm not sure... I've got decent frame rate, but every once in a while it just kind of freaks out, and I don't know if that's when people's avatars load in or what. Wizzy's crashing on Mac for you. Still on loading screen for Jar Jar. Okay. Ooh, nope, I didn't mean to actually leave. I'll come back. It went too fast. I thought it would give me more time. Reloading on in. I'm gonna feel bad if it doesn't let me back in. Panda, if it doesn't let me back in, you can do the mage raid. I still need to play this. This looked cool. But today is not a playing day, today's a building day. So we're gonna go to the map, and we're gonna see if it shows up here. Where is that? There we go. There it is. So it's not shown at this zoom level. I have to zoom in to that level, and then I see the council logo here. What does it mean 0 quests? That's not right. There is more than 0 quests. Maybe it means I've completed 0 quests? Thank you, Panda. I was about to get rid of that. Somebody had a good suggestion to add best viewers as a blocked phrase. Basically, like all the bots say something like best viewers or something like that. Like all these floating pandas. So we got panda. We got two pandas. Maybe it's something with your avatar. Although not Jackie Chan was having the same loading issue. Interesting. Ooh, SSDW wearing the Blaze Games Matrix style outfit with the black hat. That's a good look together. I dig that. All right, well, I'm gonna count in. We'll take a screenshot like this. And I'm gonna, I know that not Jackie Chan tried to get in. So I'm gonna put it in there. Although, I don't think not Jackie Chan has signed up though. Go West has your hat on. Wait. What? Now there's 4 pandas. Go West, where are you? There you are. Maybe it's something to do with the custom built avatars? Because everybody that's loaded in successfully has a NFT avatar. Although Pandas is a NFT avatar, but it's one of the different ones. It's one of the bridge. What, I can't remember what they were called. The world is not even ready for 2 pandas. 100% never had this issue. Bridged avatars. Yeah, but it seems like it's just you, and I wonder if I can change mine. Oh yeah, so Go West. Go West. I'm sure I've basically all your screenshots. You've worn a hat, so. Yeah. Well, I was gonna try to change my avatar too and see what happens. Wait, was I running around to the Game Maker as this or my regular avatar? Let's go with our custom equip. Failed to equip avatar. What do you mean? Lucas says it's glorious. What, all the pandas? Oh, there's Jar Jar. Oh, so Jar Jar changed to an NFT avatar and was able to load in. Oh, and there's the Bitfox. All right. Well, that's all ambassadors. So we're gonna hop skip out of here real fast before we get too far off track. All right. So I don't know why it's crashing on Max. Go West, you changed to the Aoki. Wait. Who's crawling around as a Mad Balls? Oh, was that Jar Jar? Let me look up what the question was that somebody had asked me. Go West trying to load in. Don't worry about it, Go West. I already wrote your name down with a plus hat. So when I score you in there, I'll put your name in. Because I saw you in there. I know that we're having technical issues, so it's not like it's the points don't matter for me because I'm the one running the event. I can't win the prizes. And because I saw you in there, you're all good. You're all set. I don't think that's unfair. And the game crashed. Not Jackie Chan. You know that you're not registered, right? Like you don't have to register if you don't want to. I'm just saying, like you've earned a lot of points to be on the scoreboard. You just haven't registered yet. So it worked as an Aoki. Okay. So it does seem to be an issue with the custom built avatars, the custom body parts avatars, maybe. Let's see. I think the question was asked to me on Twitter. Oh, it was Go West who asked the question. Go West. I thought you were going to be at work or something. So we can talk about your question about doing a projectile trap. We can see if we can get that working. So I'm going to load up this little test experience that we did some other stuff in. Okay, I won't tell. Cody covered it in his stream on Monday. Oh, well. Then why do I need to answer it? But I'm curious though about making it work. I think I could get it pretty fast if I have an arrow. We could use a literal arrow. What should we use as a projectile? Oh, that's a category that I should add. I guess that kind of counts as a hazard. Maybe we could put hazards and projectiles. As I'm working on updating all the fireball. There are some fire things there. Where do you see fireball? That's the exclusive asset. I want to use basic things that everybody has access to. Blue line. Lucas, this is Wolf by Jeremy L. You can look it up on YouTube. But you can also grab the whole playlist. Actually, I don't know if I can see it here. Well, if you go to my Voxelize channel, it's called Bitstream. And then look for Wolf by Jeremy L. It is somewhere in here. Yeah. Track 19. All right. Oh, okay, so somebody says something about a blue line. Hey, Tom Voxel. Medium fire. Okay. This one. Nice, nice. I like it. Okay, so to make this a projectile, we're going to want it to fire probably sideways. And projectile. So we can see that it's not going the direction that we want. So we're actually going to want to make this a child of something. And we probably want some wiggle room on it. So let's find something a little bit bigger that will be our target size, basically. If we can find something kind of blockish. Okay, this could actually work, I think. That's a candidate. Speaker, it's too big. AC. I kind of like the AC for it, size-wise. So we're going to line this up on here. This is our collision. And we're giving the player a little bit of lead time. So if it just kind of grazes them, it's a little bit forgiving. But if they're like way behind it, then it still gets them. All right, so we're going to take this behavior off. And we are going to call the AC a projectile. We'll call it the collision. Oh, you know what I didn't think about is this might not be aiming the direction we want it either. That's an important factor. Yep, it is sideways. Oh, the blue line comment was for the projectile. Yeah, I was trying to find out what asset I wanted as a projectile. Humanly Talk says, did I ask already what are actor instances in a Game Maker error logs? Says I have a lot, just things players can interact with. Actor instances are any individual node, basically, in your hierarchy. So it could be a logic donut. It could be an asset. Those are really the only things that they can be. But it's each individual instance of that. And don't worry about it saying that there's a lot of them, because it says that 50 is a lot of them, which is a super low number. And hopefully in a upcoming update, we will get a more realistic number. So if we go to debug, we go to validators and run. It says number of actor instances is within acceptable parameters. You have 19 actors in your experience. So if we look at our hierarchy, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Go West, you should absolutely suggest that, and there's a place for that. We have, I think you can make those things through the Game Maker, but it's kind of inconvenient. There is a better place to do it. We have a ticket system specifically for support. So if you look at my recent tweets, I did point out this, and I said people should bookmark this. Oh, that's the internal one. I clicked the wrong link. There we go. Here's the user support portal. So you can report bugs and suggest improvements for the Game Maker game client. You can get account support for ban appeals, KYC, permanent account and release data removal. This is like GDPR stuff. Is GDPR, right? Builder's challenge, reward claim, general event claims, and memorabilia claim. So you would want to suggest improvements. And you can put in a studio name or your name. Actually, it says otherwise leave blank. So just if you were part of a studio, you can put it that, or you can leave it blank. Summary is like writing an email. And then describe all you want. I'm pretty sure you can add photos. You can say if it's for the Game Maker, Game Client, or both. Yeah, you can add photos. Yeah. And this is the support portal. So, yeah. On my tweet, I say bookmark it. Yeah, like you can bookmark the tweet or you can bookmark the page, whatever you want. Alex's next challenge, make an experience with only 50 actors. I think I was pretty close with that coin drop one that I made like 2 years ago. So you can cheat on that, right? You can get around that by making presets and then spawning them. So you just make your entire game, select everything, make it a preset, and then spawn it in. So you can make a game with like 1 actor. Well, really 2, because you'd have the avatar spawner plate and the experience spawner, and then have everything spawn out from the preset. That would be a little ridiculous. It would also probably not be happy when you start the game and everything spawns in at once. Like, it's one thing for it to do it while it's loading. It's another thing for it to do it through a spawner. Hi, Gianluca. I think I'm saying that right. Gianluca from Twitch. So yes, absolutely. We should have a way to change the projectile direction from this, because I don't like that it's facing that way. So right now we're overthinking it. You can just make custom assets to fit the size that you need. All we have to do is rotate this. It's okay if it's not. We're not actually making a game right here. We're just doing an example, and we're gonna line that up like so. So this is our collision. We're gonna make it invisible. And projectile force, projectile trajectory, we want 0 trajectory. It's just going to go straight out. And we're not going to apply gravity. And destroy after collision. Yes, it should. Message on collision. Let's see. We can broadcast in range. So we're going to broadcast in a very small range. Now, the issue with this setup is that we are damaging the player. Like, if we are standing right here next to it, we could still get hit with like the blast damage, basically the splash damage. So you could set up, because you can make this whole thing a preset, you can set up any complicated mechanics you want to make it only happen to the player under certain conditions. You can make a more compact strike area, things like that. You can add as many logics onto this as you want. We're going to make the fire a child of the collision. And VFX on destroy, projectile explosion, VFX on start, projectile muzzle, projectile trail. That doesn't tell us much. I think we'll leave it. We'll just leave the defaults here. Message required. Start with experience. I think we can leave this as is, because we're making this whole thing a preset. I'm going to preset it. Fireball. Okay, now we can delete that. We're going to make our second half here. And what should be our spawner? You know, I like this cooking pot. We're not going to actually use this as the spawner because we're rotating it, and that's going to mess things up. So we're going to use it as a cannon, basically, just to show where it's coming from. It's a little goofy. Oh, Where'd it go? I moved it too far. Why is it moving? Like, why is it moving in whole steps instead of half steps? There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. And we'll do it in a series. The BitFox is going to be doing a mage raid in the Atlas mission run in a couple of minutes, so go check that out. BitFox, if you're able to share the link in the chat, feel free to do so. Already done. Oh. I wasn't paying attention. Is that the pot calling the kettle black? You're now in Pet's Kitchen. Alright. Alright, and now we need something to fire these off. So we're going to put in our logic donut. And make this the spawner. We're just going to use basic trigger, and we're going to spawn our preset of the fireball, and we can see that it spawns it at the bottom facing that way, so we're going to need to rotate this thing 90 degrees, and we're going to need to move it up. We're going to turn collision off for the pots, so that way they don't impact the fireball. Collisions, no collisions. And then we're going to move our fireball, spawn it in there. We're going to hit play. And there it goes. Now why it's showing full visibility, who knows? But we'll figure it out. Actually, the AC might be a problem. Let's move it out a little bit. Okay, so we want to make sure that the AC had clearance from there. And you're going to want to tweak all this stuff to work better for you. It's not going to spawn only once, be a 1 second delay between each. And then we're going to put the rest here. And now we're going to have a logic donut that's going to move back and forth and set these things off. Basic platform. And 10. Yep. Platform speed. Now, you could set this up different ways. You can have timers setting these things off. You could have sensors triggering from when the player steps on them to fire the trap. This is just going to be a very simple loop of the fires going back and forth. And let's see. Oh, I didn't tell it to send a message. I crashed! And we didn't save. I didn't feel a need to save because it was pretty simple. Sad day, lost your 83 watching streaks. How did you lose that today if you're watching right now?
Save.
Hey, thank you, Go West. Right on time. Okay, Well, we didn't have a very complicated setup, so it should be pretty fast to recreate. Play a game for fun. This is start from 1? Oh, so you lost it yesterday? Now, is the streak if you watch each day or if you watch each stream? Because I know we have multiple streams a day. It's each stream. Oh, that could be tough because we've got... Sometimes we stream at very different
Last
time
call
zones.
for Pet's Kitchen.
Last call for Pet's Kitchen. All right. So we had 1... We're gonna make it a longer thing. Why not? Why the heck not? And got our pot. We're gonna put it in the hole here if I can see it. There we go. Ooh. All right. I'm guessing the preset is not saved here. Nope. So we had medium fire. And we had the AC. This was our projectile. Zero trajectory, no gravity, destroys true, message on collision was going to be... Oh, we never actually set up our damage. So it should be health, and we'll do -10. Let's do minus 33. That way 3 hits will get us close to dying. -32. And we're going to make this visible, and we're going to... I feel like there was some issue with the visibility that we had to address, and I don't remember what it was exactly. And we'll set it a little bit further back so it kind of looks like it's more coming out of the wall instead of just appearing instantly. But like I said, all this stuff is tweakable with better settings and better asset selection. We're just making this thing. Let's see. I feel like there was something I was missing here. Where the message sends. So right now, as soon as this thing hits the wall, it gets a massive damage broadcast in all directions. So we're going to make that message real tiny. We're going to attach the fire to the motor, make it a preset. Wait, make sure that I'm clicked on the right thing. Fireball. Now we can delete that. Logic donuts. I think we had to turn it, and then it was from the center, right? It's like that. That should get us pretty close. Spawner. Fire with trigger, and we're going to use a preset of fireball and play. Okay, let's move out a little bit. Okay, that should get us what we want. Although we might not actually want collision on the fireball itself, on the fiery piece. Let's turn collision off of that because I'm worried that it's going to collide inside the wall. So let's turn collision, no collision, and then we're going to update our preset. And delete. And now we can duplicate out this. Duplicate. And now we need our platform. That's going to set things off. Yeah, logic donuts can sometimes be a little weird, and I think it's because they're non-corporeal entities. Sometimes they are not as accurate as assets that have an actual model. I'm not sure if that's why, but that's just kind of my observation. But we're really not worried with accuracy at the moment. We're just getting the mechanic to work. Of course, Cody already showed how to do this. I'm curious to know if Cody did it a very different way for me, because there are other ways I could think of doing something like this, even not using projectiles at all. But I think projectiles probably an easy way to do it, given the current tools. I keep on clicking the wrong. Okay, so that's going to move across, and can we make a speaker component that's just constantly broadcasting? What if we don't have a wait for message? Let's save. Let's see. Stream used to be at least 5 minutes long. So if it's under a certain amount of time, okay, so that doesn't work with the message broadcaster working that way. So we're gonna add a tag to all these things and just have it use the speaker component. I updated the playlist, but it didn't reflect in this thing. That's fine. Let's see. So we need a tag. And it's going to say this whenever it senses spawner. Detect entity. Specific tags in range, include tags, spawner. Did I capitalize it? I did not. Capitalization is important in this. Spawner detection. We're going to detect it in just that little teeny tiny range. And that should make it fire. Broadcast type, everyone in range. Little teeny tiny range. All right, Bitfox's Mage Raid is moving on to STSC. All right, they're firing, but they're not going anywhere. What are they getting stuck on? Let's make sure that collision is off on all these things. Okay, maybe it's weird that they're not moving at all. Like they're not exploding, but they're also not moving. So let's try moving it out from the wall a little bit. And let's see what's up with this. At least we know the visibility is working correctly. We could try moving them out of the wall entirely and see if that makes a difference. So there's no collision on the fire. There is collision on the fireball. AC collision. Start with experience. Oh, you know what? It's probably the projectile hasn't been told to launch. So let's do start with experience because maybe that'll make it fire by default. Hey, there we go. That was the problem. Look at that. Beautiful. It's not perfect, but it works. And if we get too close, we might get burned. Ow. So I would make the projectile faster. There's a lot I would do to tweak this to be better. But functionally, it's doing all the things that we want. Now it's a matter of fine-tuning, making assets look the way we want them to, having this feel good as a sequence. You know, this is too easy to run through, right? It's like, oh, whatever. This isn't even an obstacle. So we want those fireballs to be fast. We want there to be some logic to it, you know, some gameplay mechanics to it. Maybe we would do a trail of lava through here, so that way it's more challenging. Now we have to pay attention to this while also not getting hit by fireballs. Something like that. Umili Talks is working in the Game Maker right now, getting the chessboard working for Social Hubbub. Umili Talks, did you hear me mention earlier that you're not registered for mage raids? I don't remember if you said anything about that. Oh, you were hesitant to connect everything with everything else. So basically, it's kind of just a formality because I'm staff and I have admin privileges. I can already, like, I know what your username is, and I can reference that to like your wallet. It's really just the formality of like the setup. If you don't want to get tagged and stuff, just don't put your Twitter handle. But everything else that's on there, I already know. But we're doing the registration because that's you confirming that you want to be a part of it. I'm not going to force anybody. Like, somebody shows up in the screenshots randomly in the background, I'm not going to be like, I'm sending you rewards because I know how to look you up. I'm not doing that. You have to consent to be a part of the event. And so if you don't want to be tagged on Twitter, if you don't want your Twitter connected to your Sandbox account, then you don't have to provide your Twitter. But your in-game username will show up the same way. People can see it in-game anyway. And I have privileges to know what your wallet is. I can also figure that out based on what land you own. If you're like you publish a game, you publish an experience on the Sandbox on land, I can see the wallet that holds that land. So if you've connected anything, like, this is not advanced detective work. It's pretty trivial to look up. But that's why all I'm asking for is Sandbox username, the wallet you want your rewards to go to, and I guess the one thing that people might be hesitant is their Discord, but that's because we want to get people active in the Discord community. So that's the one part that people might get hung up on. In which case, it's up to you. I don't have a news of the week from Panda yet. I guess we could play last week's news of the week. I'd like to take a break to stretch my legs. It's been an hour and a half. What do you think? You want a rerun of last week's news, Panda? Or it's not even last week's news because Panda was on vacation. 2 weeks ago news. Old news. Do we have any cool Sandbox videos? We got experiences of the week. Rise of the meme coins. These are all like 30 seconds long. We're gonna do stale old news of the week. And just give me a second to stretch my legs because my leg is actually falling asleep right now. Panda's back now, but you don't have a news of the week video ready right now, do you? I don't think so. Yeah, Panda usually does them on Wednesdays. So we're gonna play an old news of the week, just so that way I get a second to stretch here. Not something I usually need, but my I don't know if I need to adjust my seat or what, but my leg's been falling asleep quickly the past couple days. Bitfox is jumping into Sand Grab Stadium, or they're in Sand Grab Stadium. It's last call, so jump in there now if you want to do a mage raid. I will be right back after these messages.
Hello and welcome to the news of the week. Kicking off the news of the week, Show City. Make sure to enter the Show City land raffle. It is now currently live. There is also a really special giveaway happening over on Layer 3, where you can be in for a chance to win a free plot of land. So Show City NFT at the end of the land sale. 10 holders of the NFT will receive a free plot of land. So hop on over to Layer 3 and follow all of the instructions, and you can be in for a chance. Not only will you get a free NFT, but you can be in for a chance to get a free plot of land. Definitely go check that out. 15,000 sand reward pool to everyone that completes the quest. A Fox NFT for reward for participants of the Little Prince's team. A group of Wild Bird NFTs, rewards for participants of the Aviations team. And Little Prince Planet NFT. There is also an exclusive reward to unlock your reward. Transform at least one avatar before the end of the event. So this is another transformation event. So depending on which team you want to choose, so let's click the plus button on the Little Prince. It will take you to the NFT that you will need to own to be able to burn and transform any avatar to choose your team. If you have any additional questions, please ask the streamer to explain a little bit more about the transformation event. Rabbids Rockstar event is happening, and we'll have a little look at more information about that very soon. July Avatar Owner Rewards. Now, if you're a holder of any of the avatars minted via the Sandbox, then you should go check out your claims page. One of these team uniforms. So make sure to claim that. There is also a special reward for people that own at least one entire uniform, play the experiences, earn the EP, and they will be able to earn a special NFT as well as 5 sand. You need to own an entire one uniform, not just one item of that uniform. Builders Challenge number 2, the return of the Builders Challenge, is we are now entering week 4 of this 10-week challenge, 1.5 million sand reward pool. Make sure to go check the Medium article or hop on over to the forum to find out more information about the Builders Challenge. Back to the Rabbids Rockstars. This has multiple reward pools, which I absolutely love. This one has reward pools based on the rarity of the avatars that you own. If you own a common rabbit, you'll get 10,000 sand. If you own a uncommon rabbit, that is also a prize pool of 10,000 sand for those owners. There is a 15k sand pool for the lunar rabbit avatar holders. So you guys aren't being left out. If you already own a rabbit lunar New Year avatar, you have a 15k sand prize pool there. And then there is also a 15k sand prize pool shared between all players that complete the event. Just keep in mind that you will need to complete all rewards. That's 20 EP. Now on to our mentions of the week. Our first mention goes to a content creator as well as a builder and artist, Pet's Kitchen. They are streaming the experience Pet's Kitchen, but you can go find them on Twitch as Pet's Kitchen. Make sure to go drop them a follow, go join in and play with them. Next up is Bubble Blaster Experience, and they have an event currently running right now. So the experience is called Bubble Blaster by Anne and Joyce. Make sure to check out the event details. It lasts until the 22nd of July, so you don't have long left for this one. Our next mention goes to a collection, VoxEdit contest winners. This collection has recently been updated to include some more of the more recent assets that have won our VoxEdit contest, have been allocated Catalyst to mint. We've got the Death Clock over here from the Gothic contest. We have the amazing Bee and Cherry Tree Spirit from the Spring VoxEdit contest. We have the Gothic Grand Piano. We're also going to give a shout out to Sand Zeus, who does stream but also makes fantastic assets. Make sure to go follow them, see what they're doing, tune in to their live streams on Thursdays. Thank you for tuning in to the News of the Week. If you would like to be featured within our News of the Week, make sure to reach out to PandaPops, aka me, and let me know if you've got some amazing assets or experiences or a fun contest that you're running for us to feature. And now, back to your regular scheduled content!
All right, and we're back. Sorry about that, just my foot fell asleep really badly. Okay. I can't hear the music at all. Oh, I know why. Okay, so there's a weirdness with the way the audio is set up, that if I let you hear Panda, she's super echoey. Which actually, I wonder... Let me turn up the music and let me know if you can tell a difference. Does this sound different than this? I wonder if me being able to hear the music makes it echoey as well. Oh, you know, what if I make it on here? I don't know. I just hope it sounds good. Sounds fine only for the Panda weekly update. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I mean, I kind of know. It's getting the input more than once. But I don't know how there's a way for me to avoid that and still be able to hear what Panda's saying. All right, so the goal of this stream is to actually finish this experience and launch it. So we need to put in some stuff to our gallery here. So let's go ahead and open up OpenSea. Maybe a half notch higher. It's a it's a slider, so how's that? JK, it's fine. You know I'm gonna try to make it better as soon as you say something, right? Getting a lot of noise from my AC in the background too. Bear with me a second. I'm actually going to restart my audio drivers because they're acting up right now. I don't know what this is going to do exactly when I turn them off. All right. I had to make some mic adjustments there. We're back. All right. So I think the Flower Girls is a good fit for this garden. So let's see about adding them in here. I'm not sure how many we can actually fit. Oh, it's sideways. How do you feel about the ignore lighting? I feel like here it works having it off because it's like it's almost too bright. Like it's it's darker because it's in shadow than it would be normally. Don't crash. Thank you. It's darker than it would be normally, but I don't know. I feel like that looks pretty good. You definitely, so I believe the game is rendered at a different bit depth. It's got a lower bit depth than like the screen itself has. And I don't remember which bit depth is which, but we would like future versions of the games to have a higher bit depth, so that way we have smoother gradients and colors and more distinct colors. It will help. Where's Lucas? Lucas hangs out for the mage raids and like our normal Wednesday and Saturday stream. This is more of like just a me chilling out and building stream, because I don't have a lot of time throughout the week to work in the Game Maker and brush up my skills and share with all of you the things that I learn and help answer your questions about the Game Maker. And so this is kind of a dedicated 8 hours a week, 4 hours on Tuesdays, 4 hours on Fridays, for me to be able to really deep dive in the Game Maker. And it is a little bit easier without Lucas and me constantly talking about stuff. I still get distracted all on my own. I don't need Lucas for that, but it is a little bit... Oh, this is not... What? I need to adjust this asset because it's not centered right. Oh, I'm so mad right now. See, it's just a little bit off. Oh, I hate it. Why is it off? We can fix it. Hopefully I don't mess up anybody's things. I don't think is it basic? I think it's just on my account. Yeah, just a large square frame on my own account. So some people might have wishlisted it, but they can't really use it. All right, so we got that up. I'm wondering if I move it. I think those are the same frames that I used in the other one. We may need to go and fix that as well. Hey, Chargin, how's it going? All right, we're gonna go to our assets and open up this frame. So large square frame is published, but it's not minted. So I can just click this open in VoxEdit button and it'll show up here. So for whatever reason, I did not put this. Why is it on 50 of all things? It really should just be centered. We're going to set to floor, which centers it on the floor. And we're going to save and cross our fingers that it doesn't massively break things. You watch on both YouTube and Twitch. You stream on YouTube. Which do you prefer and would you recommend? So I use Restream, which lets me stream to YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter all at the same time. And you can add other platforms. You can pay more money for Restream and it will give you more sections. This is the official Sandbox account, so the Sandbox pays for Restream. So I use it, Panda uses it, anybody else who streams on the Sandbox can stream to all those platforms at the same time. What's nice is that I can just plug it into OBS and it actually gives me a chat client where I can see Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter all at once. Actually, per Twitch terms of service, I'm not supposed to have the other chat clients visible to you, so whoops. And yes, this is an OBS, so we actually log into Restream through OBS and it gives us all those chat clients right in the box. And I'm able to see what everybody's saying. I can say like, hey, I'm talking to Ruth the human on Twitch right now, or I can say hi to Chargin on Twitter, or I can say hey, the Kachingaverse on YouTube, which I believe is also the Ruth the human because you've got the same profile picture. So it lets me, jump between those really easily. Let's see. I'm gonna have to save and come back. Is streaming for the Sandbox an opportunity? So actually, yeah, it is. We currently have ambassador roles open. Let me see. It was in a tweet. So if you are interested in becoming an ambassador for the Sandbox, you can do streaming for the Sandbox, and that is the thing that that ambassadors get rewarded for. I don't know what the compensation is at this time. I'm staff with the Sandbox, so this is my day job. I do a lot of stuff off stream that you don't see, including making assets, testing things, being involved in other community stuff. So let's see, the Sandbox. This is about the There was a tweet about it. I feel like I retweeted it. July 20th, or only 2 days ago. Where's the tweet? Here it is. Ambassador program. Oh, there's also a Medium article. So we can take a look at that. More ways to contribute. There are different ambassador tracks. You could become a community manager, a content creator, a key opinion leader, or an in-game leader. And they've got the application form. So go ahead and check that out. I'm going to share the link in the chat here. And yeah, if it's something that you're interested in, if you think the Sandbox is super cool and you want to get involved, check it out. Technically, I am one of the 2 first ambassadors. There was me and somebody else got made ambassadors at the same time, but I was kind of always an honorary ambassador because I was already staffed at that point, and the ambassador program was new. So technically, I'm a community manager as part of my roles. My main title is as an artist, and then I get involved in everything because I'm nosy, I guess. Did I jump out and jump back in on this? I don't remember. Let's actually load up the space station, the spaceship, the Ark, and see if that messed up our frames noticeably. It might have actually made them better, because all I did was center it. You were also the voice of the people. Well, that... Thank you. You've been clipping some of the content for YouTube. Good. Have you been participating in the Clipper event? How long is that going on for? Is Panda still here? Nightbot just posted a thing about the Clipper raffle. I'm not sure how much longer that goes on for. All right. So did this make things better just by itself? Did it make it worse? Did I already offset these things? I mean, they're not terrible. It's interesting that they're offset here. Oh, wait, this is the old offset. You know, I probably have to exit the Game Maker entirely and come back. Clipping some of the content. I don't know how. Clipped the Wizzy description. Answers about expectations for builders. So there should be a... Is there a form for the Clipper raffle? I don't remember how it works. There, if you make the clip on Twitch, we can already see that it's there. But I don't remember if you have to submit it to a form or something. Has anybody here participated? No, you just clip it? Okay, thank you, Go West. I couldn't remember if there was anything more to it. So basically, Panda will go back and look at all the clips that get made. Typically, you'll probably have a better bet with funny stuff than with like informative stuff. Because if I'm talking about news for specific events, that clip might be okay for right now. But it won't, 6 months from now, a funny clip can still be a funny clip, but a clip about the rules for a certain event are not going to be as useful, I guess. Try hard. I hope Panda's not upset by that. I was just being silly. I'm glad that Panda's a tryhard because Panda helps me with testing stuff, and it's good to have somebody who will try to get past things no matter what. Just doing it for the learning, that's okay. Yeah, so if you clip this stuff, you could win something in the Clippers raffle. You could be surprised. How is this special light filter? Sorry, Chargin, on Twitter, I'm having a hard time understanding the question. The light filter for voxels seems so real. Are you talking about the way we are lighting the game environment, or are you talking about the way we do lighting in our art software? And don't worry, sometimes I just have a hard time understanding things. It's not I understand everybody, has, if there's like a language barrier or something, it's fine. We'll work through it. Never hesitate to, rephrase a question. The pictures that you show really make the voxels scream in the gaming environment. So we have some pretty nice lighting. So you see we got our sun up there, and we can actually adjust the ambience. I showed this on stream last week, I want to say. But let's take a look at our logic here. See this weather asset item? We can put it down, and we can edit the logic and change from neutral to any one of these. So there's several presets. So we got desert, neutral, night, noon intense, it's a little brighter. Sunrise, I like sunrise a lot. Overcast is not my favorite. Although it's good for like cities sometimes. And then custom, there are a ton of different little sliders. So you set the time. It goes from 0 being midnight. So actually it's weird that it shows it this bright, because that's the moon. Is it supposed to be that way? I feel like that's not right. I guess the time doesn't affect the brightness as much, but you can change the colors for each section and change the light intensity, the fog. You change the size of the sun, the color of the moon. Oh, can we make it clear? Interesting. I don't think I noticed that before. We can change the color of the shadows. We can make them like dark green for reasons. And we can change the stars somewhere, stars intensity. And we can really change the whole look of everything. And you can even set up this logic to transition between different states. So we can say, like, this is what it's going to look like at the start. Actually, I think we already have one, right? Or no, we're just using the plain ambience, so it's fine. So we can have this as the one at the start. We can duplicate it over, and we can say that we're going to wait for message required, and then we'll set it to like weather fade. And we can set that profile to say neutral. And then it's going to adjust all of those settings in the time that we set for weather fade. So for weather fade, we'll just put a tree here and we'll interact with it. And we'll make it a message broadcaster. Did I click? Oh, I clicked component. Behavior. Message broadcaster, message to send is going to send our weather fade, and we can set the amount of time. So we can say it's going to fade over 30 seconds. That'll give us a nice slow transition. And it's going to wait to send that message. Wait before broadcast, interact. So when we interact with that tree. So we start, and there we go. Now we can see the sun's moving. The lighting is slowly changing. All of our shadows are moving. You can see my shadows getting shorter as the sun's getting higher. The stars are fading away, and the colors are going to a different shade. And you could set that up to take place over a much longer period of time. You could set that up to take place over 1,000 seconds and have a day-night cycle. I don't often recommend doing a day-night cycle because it can be a little processor heavy, because you've got a whole bunch of different values changing. I've seen it done in games and everything worked fine, but I've also seen it done in games where it kind of made things run a little more slowly. But yeah, you can totally simulate time passing by moving the sun. So let's see. This was for neutral. So neutral puts the sun about there. We can put it to a much different time, where we've got the moon up in the sky, our pink moon. And like I said, you can stretch this out over a much longer period of time. But we can see that the sun is going to start coming up as the moon goes down. Actually, I think it's going to loop through. So the sun is setting currently. And we're going to see the moon. Oh, I guess that was the... It works better when you're using custom on both and not using the presets, because you can fine-tune every little detail. But yeah, you can definitely change the passing of time. All right, let's get rid of those. Oh no, not the whole building. I meant to click that. How do you manage the god complex? Changing time. I'm just a wizard, not a god. It's I mean, that's really what you are when you're a game designer, right? You're the god of your own world. A lot of us have to deal with that. You know, you're creating something. That's what being a creator is. I manage it by realizing that I make mistakes all the time. Have you seen Vsauce's video, What is the Speed of Dark? Probably. I've seen a lot of Vsauce's videos. If I remember correctly, is the answer that dark doesn't have a speed? Because it's just the absence of something? Like, light has a speed. I know that's way too simple of an answer for a Vsauce video. How fast can light get out of your presence? Be the speed of light. Connecting the wallet to Discord. So you don't have to do that to participate in mage raids. If you want to have Wizzyverse privileges, I guess that's not the right word, benefits, then you do need to use Collabland. I've never had any issues with Collabland. I don't know of anybody who's had issues with Collabland. We pay pretty close attention to the Discord server. There's inevitably some bots that get in there and post stuff, and we always try to take it down as fast as possible. Don't click any suspicious links that you see pop up there. As far as connecting to Collabland, that's totally optional for getting those rewards and not required for mage raids. Mage raids is just an airdrop from me to you, and filling out that form is just a consent to do that. You have to learn how to bridge ETH to Poly so you can participate in mage raids. You don't have to do anything besides play with us in game and be in the screenshots. I am going to do the airdropping of the rewards that are minted, so you don't even have to have gas on Polygon or anything like that. So yeah, if you have a hat, you'll get more points, and you can win a hat by joining our giveaways that we do on the Wednesday and Saturday stream. Oh, you want a hat. So all of the hats right now, except for a couple that were made... Is there only one that's on Polygon right now? I think I've only minted one on Polygon. Most of them are on Ethereum right now. Let's see. I think... This one's on Polygon, yeah, and then the other ones, those are all Ethereums. This is the only one that's been minted on Polygon. I don't even have any of these left. These sold out. Sort of. Oops. Oh yeah, no, I do only have one left. And it's mine. You'll have to fight VVox for hers. Not on Sandbox. Can you buy a hat on OpenSea? Yeah, you can. All of these. So all of these assets exist on the chain, and there's just different marketplaces where you can access the chain. So all of the assets that are on the Sandbox. You can also find them on OpenSea. You can also find them on LooksRare. You can find them in various other places too. Yes, the Pixelville hat is so cute. I hope Pixelville comes back to Sandbox. You should join Pixelville's Discord and be like, we want your game back on the Sandbox. Because I only got to play the first one, and they had another one, or maybe two, and I never got the chance to play them. But I think they were having some technical difficulties. I told them that they should reach out to me to help solve their technical difficulties, because I will do whatever I can to make sure that they have a good time on the platform. All right, what were we doing? We were looking up Flower Girls. Or we fixed that frame. So we cleaned up the mess that we made there. Let's see. Okay, this has definitely moved, but not significantly. Let's see how it lines up now. Look at that. It's beautiful. Yay. I don't know why it wasn't that way before. All right. So that's got that. And then I think we can do NFT details. Message required, interact. NFT image. And let's see about... What's the word I'm looking for? Why did my brain just forget? Indicator. My brain got stuck on the word interact, which obviously begins with IN, and I couldn't remember the word indicator for some reason. All right, we got that. Visibility distance, we don't need it far out. Do it nice up close. Vertical offset. Let's do a negative and see if it'll show up underneath. Oh, I didn't give it a name. What if I just put the title? It's not actually showing the name. Display over is true. Oh, is it showing it in the ground? Why isn't it showing the name? Oh, there it is. I think my camera was too far away. I thought it was based on how close the player was, not the camera. Yeah, it definitely is based on the player. I was pretty close before. Okay, so what is Pet's Kitchen? So Pet's Kitchen is a game on the Sandbox. So earlier they were doing mage raids with the Bitfox. So if you go to experiences and Pet's Kitchen is by Tom Voxel, who hangs out in our chat quite frequently. And we actually played this on stream a while ago. So it's a kitchen sim, but it is multiplayer. So you want to show up there with other players and compete against each other, either on the dogs team or the cats team. If I wanted an NFT holder in my experience that has different dimensions than the frame provided, how would I do that? So you can make it any dimensions you want. This is a asset that I made because I wanted just a very clean gallery look. But you can make an NFT holder. So if I go to which one? We'll add it to this coffee vending machine. This button right here is the frame tool. You click that, and then you can drag across, and it will make a frame. And it shows you which direction the image is facing. So you can make it face different ways if you wanted. It's going to face towards the camera when you make it. And you can put it over a hole if you want. So like this, I could hide one in here if I wanted. Or you could put it on the outside and it'll actually cover the hole. So you can do some pretty interesting stuff with that, especially if you use like transparent PNGs on the NFT image that's linked in. But it does only work right now. It works with unanimated assets. So if you use an asset, if I remember correctly, if you use an asset with a rig, it will only work if you have one item with the frame in the rig. I don't think you can animate it. I know we did some experiments with it, and I don't remember what the results were because this was a while ago. But if you go to docs.sandbox.game and search for frame. You can go to frame assets, and it tells you the guidelines on it. So yeah, if you like try to angle it, it will, oh yeah, asset must not be animated. And this should all be up to date, I think. They need to be, the model volumes need to be divisible by 2. So you can't do a 1 thick frame asset. You do need to have a 2, it needs to be at least 2 wide. I don't know why that requirement is there, but yeah, it is the way it is. And so they've got examples there. And yeah, right now we only support images from OpenSea. So you can do any static like GIF or PNG image, or you can do animated GIFs. And they do have to be on Polygon or Ethereum on OpenSea. That's how we link them in. So you just click this NFT image display, you link it in. It's going to automatically fill out all this info based on that. And that's how you get it in there. So let's try to put this underneath. So let's do, this is 4 meters tall. So let's do a vertical offset of -4. We're going to turn off these. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't know where the image went though. I didn't like flip it or something, did I?
Ain't no party like a PandaPops party, like a PandaPops party. Whoop whoop.
Hey, Osprey. The PandaPops party. Can we use animated NFTs or is it just in the pipeline? Yeah, so if it's an animated GIF, it should work. So let's see. I don't have a lot of animated GIF NFTs. Let's see what I got. This one I think is a video file, and it's on Zora anyway. That won't work. Oh, is this one a video file or GIF? It's not. Not on the right chain. Where are... I wish I could sort by file type. That would make things a lot easier. Is this GIF? It doesn't say. We're going to give it a try. Oh, well, it shows up, but it might just be... Why are these not displaying? What did I do? Maybe if I tell it to display on interaction. I don't know why they stopped working. It's kind of annoying. What if I take all this stuff off? Nope. What if I... Did I mess up the component? Did I break it? I think I know what happened. Somehow my frame got removed. We're gonna have to open it back up in VoxEdit. It's right there. Why you no work? It removed its ability to be a frame. But why? It's right there. Is it? It's 128 by 128. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is actually square. Wait. How did... When did it become 3 thick? That was one of the requirements, right? Okay, I guess we make it 4 thick then. Apparently I was getting away with it before. Foiled again. Okay. Fine. We'll just make it thicker. I mean, it doesn't really need the darker background, but I kind of liked it that way. So we're going to keep it that way. Alright, so we did 1, 2, and then 1, 2. I think I had a little different. 1, 2. There we go. Now it should work. Yumali talks. So yeah, there is a a video system, but it's separate from the NFT frames. All right. Frames. Hey, PG Metaverse OG, how's it going? All right, so now that's uploaded. Let's back out and go back again. Unless, did it just live update for us? It's supposed to do that, but it's been kind of slow lately. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. Let's exit and come back again. It'll download the new version of the asset, which hopefully the NFT frame will be working correctly. What app do you use to send NFTs in bulk? So I do it manually, the painful way. I just put on a movie and do it. So there is a thing called multi-sender, and they do have a version that will send NFTs, but their fees are very expensive, and they usually want a lot for gas. I used it once, and it was an okay experience, but when I went to go use it recently, I was like, this is like 3 times more expensive. I think it was more than 3 times more expensive than me just doing it manually. And I'm like, it's not worth it for me to spend like $1,000 sending all these items when I could just do it manually in an afternoon. So it is painful. I always have a spreadsheet with everything listed out so I can keep track of all the transactions. I fortunately, you know, my arrangement with staff is, you know, as I'm sending these things out, you know, I'm doing it as part of my role as a community manager for the Sandbox, so it's a work expense. It's not just like, technically it's coming out of my pocket in the instance that I'm sending it, but it's not my money, really. You saw that, but you don't have your jackets in that NFT list. For multi-sender, you can use any NFT as long it's a little bit complicated to set up. Hey, our thing is fixed. It's not too bad. It takes a little bit of like reading up how it works correctly, but you can do anything with Ethereum or Polygon. I don't know if they support other chains, but you can use anything on Ethereum or Polygon. All right, so we got this set up. Of course, we got rid of our other things. Let's do NFT details, interact, details, go to the image, and our indicator. So people have also set up their own custom multi-send contracts, which is the thing that you can do. That goes over my head. I think Andy Ritchie has one set up that's potentially free from fees, but I don't know the details on it. He mentioned it to me when he saw that I had done a bunch manually. Yeah, I mean, multi-sender needs to make their money, but the fees were like, whoa, when I tried to use it last time. Oh, right. We were gonna see if we could get a GIF working. This does not appear to be showing the animation, but yeah, so that doesn't work. Let's see if I can find an animated GIF. That might be a GIF. I don't know if it is or not. Hey, this one appears to be a GIF. Cool. Ooh. Yay. It's just like a little flicker. That looks pretty cool. I dig it. Oh, it makes such a huge difference with the ignore lighting off. The unfortunate thing with ignore lighting is, like, it looks good up close, but then if you're far away, it doesn't fade with the fog. So it really kind of stands out from a distance. All right. So let's put this back to our flower girl. Flower woman? Flower girls. Yeah, flower girls. That does look very cool, but I figure if we're doing a garden, we might as well use flower girls. Also, it's a very big GIF, so it's like making this laggy a sec. There we go. Immediate improvement. All right. So let's get rid of the block here. And what was the title on this one? Yuletide token. Display interaction. I like examine for that. Interesting, makes it -5. I don't know, I think the floating name looks kind of weird. I kind of like the concept, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that looks. Maybe if there was like a quest associated with it and I was trying to find it based on a title, I find it very annoying to like go and interact with everything and read the name. So it'd be nice to be able to scan the titles. So I think we're just going to turn off the display name. Display interaction. And interact with the effects. Yeah, the colors. So with how poppy that other piece was, it looked better with the ignore lighting, but this just gets too blown out. Yeah. Even though it's kind of dark in here, I like it that way. You know, we can actually... I don't know how good it will look contrast-wise. Let's save first. We could potentially put a light on it, like actual gallery lighting. That used to be my job when I was in college. I was a tutor for the art and graphic design departments, but I also had to work in the gallery. So I would hang the artwork and adjust all the lighting. So I had to get up on a ladder. Excuse me. I had to get up on a ladder and adjust the lights overhead, which was very tiring because you're like trying to move this like 10-pound light over your head, standing on top of a ladder. It was sketchy. I think somebody eventually got in trouble. They're like, why is there a student up on that ladder? And I'm like, because that's my job. Like, well, it's dangerous for a student to be doing that. It's like, oh, it's dangerous for anybody to be doing that. Just whatever. So what if we do a light asset? Oh, it's so bright. Oh my goodness. I don't know how well you can tell on stream how big of a difference that makes in the details. Like, so we could have it off. There's not, I don't think we're losing anything on the first stage, really. But as soon as we set to a 2, we immediately start to get details blown out. Reliving my childhood. I was 20. that was only 15 years ago. I kind of like it with the light. It was 26 years ago. What? 2010 was not 26 years ago. I just had to look at the calendar and be like, wait, was it? All right, what do you all think of the light? Do you like the lights or no lights? I feel the ignore lighting is too stark. This is with lights. Well, I guess we can put a light switch. Well, you're referring to 20 or 29? Wait, what? My 20s was 26 years ago. Oh, well. I'm not 35 yet. Almost. A few days. Alright. You can do that. You can turn the lights on and off. I kind of like that. Customize your viewing experience. And make it single player, so that way it's how you look at the lights, not everybody else. Nobody can mess with you with the lights. All right, we've got an hour left. I think we can do this. Well, we still didn't block off the city edges, although I feel like that's kind of a complicated task and maybe not really necessary. Hey, Extreme Arcader, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Oh, I need to figure out which block this is. It is... Oh, wait. 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 Nope. To see my sandbox assets on OpenSea, I need to list them, right? Yeah, they need to be minted. So when they're uploaded to the sandbox, they're not an NFT. They're just a game asset that you can use to publish your games with for now. And then if you mint them, they'll be on-chain and you can sell them, but there will be a limited number of copies of them. Oh, they are minted. Then they should be on OpenSea right now. If you go to your wallet address... For now, yeah, Garnican. So that wasn't always the plan, and I'm not sure if it's going to change back or not. So The original plan was that if you were going to publish an experience on the sandbox with land, all of the assets had to be minted. That was the plan for a long time. And I think while we're still figuring out the Catalyst ecosystem, that's currently relaxed. So it's if you want to sell the assets and have other people use them, you want to mint them. But if you are just making assets to use in your experience and to publish what you're working on, then you don't need to mint them. But that wasn't originally what the plan was. So I don't know if we're ever planning on going back to that old plan or not. But that's why I say for now, it's totally free for you to, as long as you own land, it's totally free for you to upload assets and publish a game with those assets. You don't have to mint them. The Catalyst prices changed recently. Common 1 sand, uncommon 3 sand. I haven't been checking the prices, so I don't know what they were before. I had bought some on OpenSea before, but I hadn't ever looked at the form pricing. Forum. And there's market pricing, right? Because people can sell their catalysts at whatever price they want. So that the market may fluctuate on that. As far as what the sandbox's base pricing for it is, I'm not sure off the top of my head what it is. All right, basics. We're looking for whatever wall this was. I don't think. Oh, way too orange. Too gray. Too orange. Oh, that looks right. Hey, we found it. Let's put the light switch in places that make sense. And we're going to add an indicator. Hey, Elko Zero. How's it going? Not that late. We still got an hour. I feel like that light that's shining on two of them should be brighter. Yeah, it's pretty dim. Also, I don't really like... I feel like that's almost insulting. I mean, technically it doesn't look like a light switch. But if it says flip to interact, do we need it to say light switch? It almost seems kind of like, yeah. You're too dumb to figure out what a light switch is. Is it too hand-holdy? I've actually never watched Curb Your Enthusiasm. I've seen several clips from the show. But having waist-high outlets does sound like a good idea, though, right? I think that just sounds smart. I just realized this isn't centered. It'd be nice if we could soften the edges of the light, of the spotlight, so it's not quite so harsh. You can kind of do that by having a point light, but close to the thing, but having it so close will tend to make a hot spot. So we'll kind of get them all set up where they need to be, and then adjust them so there's no overlap. So we'll adjust the spot angle as well as the positioning. So we're gonna get them all generally pointed in the right direction first. It's a bit formulaic, but there are some hilarious scenes. That's true for a lot of shows, I think. I've always, I think Always Sunny in Philadelphia is my preferred show for comedy. I did like Arrested Development a lot in the first couple seasons, but some of the later, was it Netflix? I think that did the last season or two. It did some weird stuff. It just kind of seemed to be rambling on. There were still funny moments, but it didn't hit the same way as the first few seasons. Most shows just make me wish they were as good as Sunny. Yeah. Yes, Extreme Arcader. So I'm making sure to put little NFT galleries in all of these experiences that I'm doing for the Builders Challenge because I have collected a lot of art. And one of the reasons I collected the art is because I wanted to show it in the sandbox. So I am trying to make sure that I sprinkle little galleries into everything. I don't know why it's taken so long to validate this one, though. Maybe because the image is ginormous. Look at that detail. Kenny versus Spenny might be tied with Sunny. I've never heard of Kenny versus Spenny. I'm not familiar with that one. You realize Spenny isn't acting? Oh no. I don't remember when I started watching Always Sunny. Probably not during the first season. I was still in high school. I mean, I think I was still in high school when I started watching it, but it's consistently always just been really good. And what was weird though is I just rewatched Lost because it popped up on Netflix. And oh, finally. There we go. I think it was just because it's such a big image. I wonder if it means it'll take a while for people to download it when they get in. Like, look at it. It's like the full detail of the image. I wonder if that'll make it take a while for people to load in. I still remember you helping me build my house in the sandbox, my first quest. Can I cut a cube block into 2 to create stair steps in early 2021? That was forever ago. We did that for this one. We had to make a stair asset because I wasn't happy with any of the stairs that we had. So I made some stairs that I was happy with. that one loaded a lot faster. What's your question, PG Metaverse? I think it's a long question. Oh, I forgot. The reason I was mentioning Lost is that one of the guys from Always Sunny, what's his name? Not Dennis, not D, not Charlie. The other one, why is his name not, and not Frank? Why is his name not coming to me? Mac, thank you. Oh no, we got an error. Please work. I want all of them to show up. Mac is in Lost as a character. He shows up in 2 episodes. He shows up in, I want to say, season 2? I think it was season 2. And he's just a guard. And he's not super bright. He's kind of distracted. And then they show up and they attack him. And then Kate whacks him in the head with the butt of a gun. And he passes out. And then he doesn't show up again until, I think, the last season. And he's the same character. And he's got Kate captured, basically. And he's bossing her around. She's like, oh, whatever. And he's like, you don't remember me, do you? And she's like, what? Who are you? And he's like, you hit me in the head. You ruined my life. And it's like a really traumatic thing for him. And then she goes and she beats him up again. And I think he dies in that moment, or maybe soon afterwards. But it's funny because he's just kind of a throwaway character, but they bring him back for that. And it's because he talked to the people on Lost. He was like, this show's awesome. And they're like, we love Always Sunny. And so they actually started working together, which I just think is funny. It's like 2 of my favorite TV shows, most favorite TV shows of all time. And they're connected. And I didn't know that until I was watching Always Sunny before I was watching Lost, and I didn't remember Mac being in it. I think maybe I just didn't recognize him out of the context. All right, where did my browser go that I had the NFTs up on? Here we go. Why is this one not working? Please work. Try it again. Validate. Do it. Hey, it worked. Sometimes you just got to try. That's really my when people are like, how'd you do that? It's like, I just kept trying until it worked. I didn't do anything differently just now. I just kept on hitting the button. It's not insanity. What are you talking about? is having too many NFT frames in an experience not recommended. It can... You got to keep in mind, it's loading images. So if you have too many NFT frames and somebody doesn't have a lot of RAM or they don't have a lot of VRAM, I'm not sure if the images in the NFT frames use VRAM or not. I would think that they would use some at least because they're a texture in game. So it's going to affect performance if you have too many of them. But we've had, I mean, even back in Alpha Season 1, we had galleries. Alpha Season 1? I think the NFT gallery that had like the lion hidden on the floating island underground. See, it's doing the same thing again, and we just have to try it again. Oh, the error popped up fast that time. Let me do it. I can't remember what the gallery is called. The NFT Consortium or something like that. Hey, VVox is in the chat. How's it going, VVox? But yeah, if the more images you have, the more computer resources it's going to take up. So you do want to limit it. What that limit is, it's going to be different for different people's computers. So I mean, play test your thing and see if you're happy with the performance. Try it on multiple devices. Try it on a friend's computer that it doesn't have as nice of a computer as you. Extreme Arcader says, these are really good. You made these paintings, Alex, or bought them? So I bought one thing. This is from the Flower Girls collection. So the Flower Girls, I only bought one, I think, because these are all special editions. So what was cool about Flower Girls is that if you bought one, I don't think you even had to do anything. They would just airdrop you more art. So I bought this one a long time ago. 3 years ago. I bought this December 8th, 2021. And all this other stuff has, not the Sandbox flower assets, obviously, but all the other ones here were airdropped to me from being a holder. This thing, the seed purse, I don't remember exactly how this worked, but I think it was a way to earn seeds which could let you get more art, and it was this whole like interactive thing, but it seems like it's not working right now. I'm not sure. I don't remember how this thing works. And I don't know if it's still currently working. This one, when was the last time I got an airdrop? So I got this just 4 months, no, not 4 months ago. When did I get this? Okay, some people have transferred and sold them since then. It's being slow to load, but I don't remember exactly when I got this. Happy holidays. So it might have been Christmas this past year, or it might have been the year before. Because it's not loading, I don't really know. Maybe if I go details, contract address, Polyscan says that it was minted I'm actually not sure what this contract is, so oh, here we go. Halloween 2022, Christmas 2021. I don't think I got this that long ago. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how active they are still doing stuff, but it was just cool to get a whole bunch of different artwork for just buying one thing. I like things that do that. Maybe I shouldn't use all of my dink doink NFTs. What's a dink doink? I'm afraid to ask. It reminds me of like South Park kind of. What are they? Are they springs? They look like springs with eyes. I haven't heard of these before. Yeah, so they're kind of like they're a combination of like painting and collaged artwork. And I think there's a few different artists who contributed to the project. Oh, they do have a roadmap. I don't know if they're still going on. So these paintings are by Varvara Alay. And they've done a bunch of charity work with them through royalties. And they do have a Discord. I haven't participated in the Discord at all, though. They did a dolphin partnership in 2022. They did online creative art classes in 2023. They've been talking about doing a roadmap 2.0. I don't know if that's still in the works, but the artist Varvara Alay is still posting to Twitter and stuff with her paintings. So it looks like she may have done some other things too since then. Impossible Creatures collection. These are kind of neat. Makes me think of like old Monty Python stuff a little bit, as opposed to all the new Monty Python stuff. But it just reminds me of the way they would collage kind of Victorian style paintings together. So yeah, I'm not sure how much they're still doing with Flower Girls. I think it's slowed down, but I think a lot of stuff is slowed down with the forever bear market. But we'll see. We'll see if things. We demand a shrubbery. Exactly. I got it because Joe got one. Joe was collecting some of them because the floor price was good on them. Hey, there we go. Finally. You just have to keep trying. Eventually it goes through. So Joe collected some, and I was like, I'll collect one. So I grabbed one from the floor, and I've held on to it ever since because that's what I do. I don't like selling my stuff. It's funny when I play. Sometimes I'll play Bloons TD6 with my 6-year-old. She really likes the idea of it. She does not have the endurance to do a 250 level run like what I try doing, but she thinks it's cute and she likes the concept. And so sometimes I'll play like multiplayer with her or something. But the way she plays, she always sells all of her towers at the end of every what's the word I'm looking for? At the end of every wave. So in Bloons, you're supposed to like place your towers in good spots and then gradually place more and then upgrade them. And occasionally you want to sell one where you want to adjust your strategy. But she sells all of her towers at the end of every round, and it drives me nuts because I'm like, you're wasting so much money because you don't get the full price back. She's like, look at all the money I got. And I'm like, yeah, but it's less than you spent to get those things. Like, just hold on to them, please. Play Bloons TD Battles 2 almost every day. I've only played Bloons TD 6. I've never played any of the other Bloons games. I think it was on sale on Steam, and I was like, yeah, why not? I picked it up, and then I don't think I played it for a long time. And then it's only been in the past couple years that I started getting more into like the deep strategy and doing some of the more ridiculous things, trying to see how many rounds I get. I got almost to level 300. But the computer it just kind of hates going that far because there's just so much stuff on the screen, and I get bored. Like, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I'm so OP at that point. But you do have to watch out because every once in a while it'll send a really hard wave and you need to use your manual power-ups. And I'm just kind of on autopilot, like, whatever, I'm not paying attention. Then all of a sudden, boop, round over, your game over, you lost. And I'm like, oh, whoops, I wasn't paying attention. I think that's the only reason I haven't gotten past level 300. If you're looking for the best restored handheld system for under $100, you recommend that Anbernic 3500 series. Interesting. I do have a Steam Deck, which I have not tried Sandbox on yet, but I am in a bad habit of neglecting my handhelds. Every single time I go to use my Switch, it's been several months since I've turned it on, and the battery is so dead it takes like 24 hours for it to fully charge. It's bad. Oh, I think I lost track of a question earlier. Somebody was asking, they said their stuff was minted, but they didn't see it on OpenSea. If you're still around, I saw it and there was other conversations and I missed the thread, but if you're still here, remind me who was asking about that, and we'll see if we can find him. I think I accidentally closed the browser window that I had. I think Bloons is TD6 is a good example of a live service game that's not too pushy on what the live services are. They do events and they do all sorts of stuff, and they keep updating, they keep on keeping it fresh. I think they're a really good, if you're looking for like longevity in a game, I think they've done a really good job of, they've released a whole bunch of different monkey games over the years. And I think with they had some successes before Bloons, but Bloons I think was their Bloons TD6 was their biggest success, and they've been good about just stoking the hot coals so it just keeps burning forever. And their slight adjustments to things and adding new features over the years has kept interest in the game in a good way. So I applaud them for what they've done with that game. The microtransactions exist, but they are, for the most part, totally optional because you can earn so much through just playing the game normally. So if you're like, I really want to unlock that character, like, you can, but you can also just play a few rounds and usually get the money that you need for that anyway. It's like the cosmetics, like the avatars and the banners and the team cosmetics that take a long time to earn the points for. I don't actually, the team cosmetics, I don't think you can even buy those things. You have to play with your team and get points that way. All right, so we got this purple one. We've got this one, Spooky Flower Girl. Basically buying time, which you're okay with. Yeah. And in some ways it's kind of like an arcade game in that like you can pay to, if you get a game over in a lot of the modes, you can pay to continue. So it's kind of like popping another quarter in an arcade machine, which that can be dangerous to be like, oh, I gotta keep going to the next level. It gets ridiculous at a point. But I do. It's funny because they do have a little banner in there. It says like, Bloons TD6 is fun, but remember to like spend time with your family. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make my family play Bloons TD6. Oops. I pressed Control C, which brings everything to the floor, instead of Control D, which duplicates. Arcade game bosses always mess with you. They start blinking like they're almost dead, but then keep blinking and blinking more and more through the whole fight, making you put in more quarters. The boss, so I haven't played actual arcade games that much, but the boss fights in Bloons wreck me. I've gotten okay at some of them, but the kind of complicated mechanics that they do really make me struggle. Would hate to have the eyes of those NFTs follow you as you walk by. I mean, we could make a mechanic for that. Just, you know, she's always looking at you. I mean, you can there's a optical illusion that you can set up where we'll do it in the side here. Let's save first. So the a lot of the boss challenges in Bloons, it's all about the, what's the thing that sprays darts? Is it, what are they called? The pink things that just spray darts in all directions. Getting a bunch of those is, for some of the bosses, works really well. But then there's ones they change up the strategy, like you can't use magic monkeys. Pig towers? Tack shooters. Yes, they're called tack shooters. I don't know what a pig tower is. Is that Angry Birds? So if you set up something like this, if I can get the, there we go. So you have to make a. If you make a hole, then the pupil will seem to follow you, like that. It's an optical illusion, and you can do things to make it more convincing. But that's the basics of it. But then you could also make a. You could have. You could have sensors that sense like where the player is standing and have it swap out this image for different things depending on where they're standing. There's all sorts of fun things you could do with that. I feel the first one that I got should have like a place of honor somewhere, and I'm not sure where to put it. I might even... I might make this window not so long and put it here. All right, I think I can change up the lighting on these because I haven't... it's consistent enough for them. So we're going to narrow it a little bit. Let's say like 15. And then angle it up. $15 and $15. That works pretty well. Those towers use pigs, not monkeys. Sleepy time. Okay, Garnkin. Yeah, I think Pig Tower would be Angry Birds, right? There's a... Somebody did or tried to do a no monkey tower run in Bloons. There's a few towers like the tax shooter. I think it's the tax shooter, the banana farm, the village square or whatever it's called, and a couple others that don't actually have a monkey on them, and they tried to do a run with just those. I don't remember it going particularly well, although the tax shooter could be pretty OP in the right context. I kind of don't even want a door here. Feels like that should just be open. Is there a reason this wall is here? No. Give the rooms a little separation. Hey, last year trier. Welcome back. All right, we did this yellow one. Bloons TD2 Battle 2 is free to play. Your TD6 skills will translate right over. Really? I don't know that I need another highly addictive game in my life. I kind of want to swap these. Helps kind of break things up. And I've still got 3 left. So we're gonna have to figure out. I think I'm gonna cover up this wall here. Good distraction from your addictions. An addiction to distract me from my addictions. Not sure that's ideal. Click it. Click it. Why aren't you? There we go. Donuts. Nope, wrong one. Come on. Just want to go back up to these. One block, 1.5 block. blocks, 1.5 blocks, 1 block. It's all about spacing. Hey, Edward, over on YouTube. How's it going? Are we still trying the user's experiences? You mean, are we still doing mage raids? We do those on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Oh, thank you for subscribing over on YouTube, Edward. Yes. Well, so I do Wednesdays and Saturdays. Panda does Thursdays. Yeah, happy to give feedback. So I mean, typically, last year trier, typically we do for the mage raids, we've been playing the stuff that's live in the Builders Challenge, but you can always ask us to try out a game for testing purposes. I think Joe is away, but he has been doing some of that sort of testing with the GMAE show. When he's back, that would definitely be a thing to talk to him about. He should be back next week. As far as if you don't have it live in the Builders Challenge, having us try it out in the gallery, you could certainly ask. We've just been trying to focus on the Builders Challenge because it's the live event. If you wanted to have us play your experience, that would be a good use of the where is it? Do we have it open? I don't think we have it open during challenge accepted, but we could. Streamed 3 years ago. What made you stop? All right, so I'm going to enable the Twitch option to have us ask to play a game. I mean, it's kind of what you could use Senpai Alex for as far as those rewards go as well. It's kind of the same thing. Actually, yeah, let's leave it that way, because that's kind of the way we've been using it. So if you redeem a Senpai Alex, which with your sandcastles, which is this one for 1,500, that's actually cheaper than, I guess, I think it's 3,000 to have us play your game, to request your game be played for the Builders Challenge. So if you're just looking for feedback on something that's like in the Game Maker gallery, you can redeem this and be like, hey, I would like to get some feedback on this, and then we'll save my work and we can move over. Ouch. Go West. Why'd you say ouch? Is it because it's a lot of points, or? There will be times when we we won't ask for the Twitch reward points, and it's mostly just because it's kind of the 3K versus 1.5K. Yeah, except Go West. Go West, remember, if we're playing your game that's live in the Builders Challenge, you're getting lip like that's converting to actual sand for you. So you're redeeming your sand castles for actual sand by doing that. Because you know that it's not just going to be me who's jumping in likely. It's going to be viewers who want to play along and do a whole mage raid. So as far as redeeming a Sent by Alex for this, it's because because I saved this and then we move away from this. We're doing something different. Oh, we just got 100% on something. Live VoxEdit contest. Oh, Panda, when does that happen? I haven't done that one. J Dog said Dag nabbit. I'm not doing a live VoxEdit contest right now because I'm only on for the next 7 minutes. So yeah, I guess Panda has to do that next stream or something. It'll be on Saturday or Sunday within 2 to 3 weeks. Okay. There you go. That's the plan. Panda's got a plan. Let's see. Edward. So controls were laggy. Were you trying to stream the Sandbox? There's been a lot of optimizations that have improved things. You can still experience lag and stuff, but it depends on your system specs. Also, you have to keep in mind that anytime you're streaming, your computer's using more resources. So normally, I have this running in 4K. I have it running in 1080 by 1920 right now because the stream doesn't need it to be any higher. But the stream runs better when I'm not using a full 4K display. All right, this is the last one. This is the original, the OG. I think what we'll do... I mean, I could put a window here and then have this one over here. That way you see it as you walk down the hall. Or I could have it in between these two. So like 1, 2, and then have it in the middle. I kind of like the idea of seeing it all the way down through this doorway, though. Why is it so off center here? How did we get a quarter step off? Ooh, not 62,000. What? 62,000. That's too far away. 564. All right. I thought we were going to go live with this one today, but we did have some other questions to answer and some technical difficulties with the NFT frames not loading correctly, but I think I'm going to finish this up off stream and then we can play it tomorrow on the gameplay stream during Mage Raids. So we'll start off in this experience tomorrow and then go on to whoever we're raiding. Because it's mostly done. I basically just need to fill out the glass and decide if I want to do anything with the edges. Oh, I should point out why I'm doing this instead of finishing this on Friday. Because I'm not going to be here Friday or Saturday. We're doing part 2 of our vacation, sort of. We had the dance competition for my daughter, and then this is the actual family vacation where we're going to go camping. I'm not 100% sold on that placement. I kind of like it. Oh, I also want to do some decoration on the ceiling. I'm going to use like one of these tile pieces. Not that. Is it not called tile? What's it called? There's an asset that's like this little swirl of 4 tiles, I think. But I don't remember what it's called. It might be an exclusive asset and not a basic one. But I think it's basic. Ooh, documents. Oh, from the back rooms. Duckboard, that's what it's called. So we're going to fill up the ceiling like this to kind of make up for the difference in colors in the background, or from the ground above. Ooh, what? How did that work? There we go. So just fill out the ceiling like that. Might change the actual floor in here to a pattern. What week of the Builders Challenge are we in? I think this is week 4 out of 8, right? It ends on the 26th. Rewards for weeks 1 and 2 just went out. So week 3 rewards will probably be going out shortly after that. And I think we're finishing up week 4 now, depending on where you start the week. Something like that. Currently in week 6. Wait, what? How many weeks are there in the challenge? Is it 10 weeks? Oh, it is 10 weeks. Okay. Gosh, it's already been going on for 6 weeks now. It does not feel like it's been that long. All right. So when you spawn in, you're going to be here. We turn the lights off if we want. Or we can turn them on. Light everything up a little bit. Maybe we'll have some sort of statue or something right here. Put a window back here. I think I'm okay with this placement. It does make it feel kind of grandy around the corner, and then you're like, ooh, the special one. Maybe I'll put like a red carpet down. So do like black and white tiles around the edge, and like a red carpet going through. Not super important changes. Also changes that we could make later. They don't have to, these changes don't have to be made before it goes live. We can always update it. So there's that as well. All right. It ends on the 1st of September, not the 26th of August. They fixed it. That means I need to update. I didn't know it was broken. That means I need to update the Mage Raids timeline. Thank you for letting me know that. I'll need to figure that out. It's just, we're just gonna move the dates along. It's not a big deal. I just didn't realize that it ended September 1st. All right, who can we raid? Who's currently streaming the Sandbox? Oh, I see AU24K is live. I have not seen them on in a while. So let's go ahead and raid AU24K. It looks like they're doing something with a VoxEdit gear set. What's that about? Oh, they're not live for another 8 minutes. So how about we hang out for a couple extra minutes? So that way I don't just dump you into a stream that hasn't started yet. Yeah, let's hang out for a few more minutes. Let's see what we can get done. So we've got these. We can finish the duck board at least. If I can click it. Whoops. Wrong handle. And this will go into the wall, but that's okay. Looks fine. Nobody will know. Let's select all the duck board. And duplicate it over to the next room. What do you think? Should we keep the glass? I liked the idea of there being a little skylight. Should we keep that? It's kind of whimsical. Pet's Kitchen is live too. I didn't see them. Oh, now I see them. You like the skylight? Okay, we'll keep the skylight. All right. Well, I do actually have stuff that I need to take care of at home. So because Pet's Kitchen is live right now, I'm going to have you go raid them. So go have fun with Pet's Kitchen. Maybe they'll raid AU24K afterwards once they go live. I don't know what Pet's Kitchen's plans are for today, but we're going to hit save here, and I'm going to send you off to Pet's Kitchen. Go have some fun with them. Oh, Panda had a question. If you were categorizing characters in a set of cats, and there isn't a gnome cat, would it be an elf? What? Okay, category. Yes, I would put gnomes as elves. They're close enough. Unless the gnomes look like goblins. You know, like if they... I thought you were talking about like a gnome cat. Like a gnome kitty cat. So yeah, no, I'd put them as elves unless they obviously had like a green skin and looked like goblins. Yeah. Happy Xmas gnomes. Oh, Christmas gnomes are elves. Like that is obvious. All right. Let's send you over to Pet's Kitchen. Go have fun. I will see you all tomorrow for mage raids, and then I won't see you again until next week. See you later.